We're only going live on Twitch and YouTube today because Restream has changed their platform a little bit. So, yeah, welcome. Let's build a small crowd. I got a bunch of demos to get through today, so I'll send off the 5-minute intro right now, and we'll be back very, very soon. Oh yeah, yeah. Well. Yes, we are back for another week. Yeah, demo drops, they're not confirmed yet to be every Wednesday, but I'm trying to bring things back, yeah, so that we can be a bit more regular in the house. What's up, people? I'm Steve Marks. I'm here to listen to your music, so send me your demos. Pretty easy. Just DM them to my SoundCloud. Search for a dude that looks like this. Yeah, and you can only submit via computer. DMing on SoundCloud is not available on smartphones, so you have to jump on a computer and send me your music. Now, we do start tonight's stream with 2 donations. Now, if you want to donate, a donation basically means you skip the line and you come to the front of the line. Otherwise, if you're keen to wait around in line, then that's perfectly fine as well. We do these demo drops for free. However, if you want the privilege of being heard faster, then you can leave a donation. That is awesome. Now, guys and girls, we have our first donation from DJ Newfie. Let's check this out. It is called Blah Blah. Let's go. Really nice. The vocal I've heard before, right? It's a really nice vocal. I first heard it from a track here. I'll post it in the chat. Be With You by Ariane Jolly. Really nice track. Go check it out. But hearing it again in this format is really nice, man. I think you've built some really nice production around the vocal. The one thing that was, let's say, like poorly mixed was the vocal just before the drop. They're like, let's go. That one was a little bit too loud, and it was not in the right key for the drop. So it was kind of like, let's go. Da-na-na-na. Here we go. Let's go. It sounds like it's in a different key, but overall, good bounce, good dynamic, and yeah, good production, good show of production skills. So let's keep going. Oh, is that a, wait, so there was a little change in BPM there. That was a bit of a surprise. Thanks, Critison. I'll fix that up now, my friend. All right, overall, right, good track, really good production. I think. So I'm working on a track at the moment which has a lot of pitch bending in it, and I sent it to like some trusted ears of mine, and they said it's good, but there's a little too much pitch bend. And I'm wondering maybe it's similar here in this track. I think the pitch bending's fine to be doing, but I think maybe only do it at the start of the loop and the end of the loop. Don't do too much pitch bending in the middle because it gets a little bit too warpy for listeners' ears. And also what it's sounding like. Now I've bought these new super expensive, super sensitive headphones, right? And I'm trying to train my ears to their correct sound. But what it sounds like is a lot of your mix is sort of mixed through the center. So make sure you expand and widen some elements into the stereo field so that it fills up a few more frequencies. And you have a few elements on the left, a few elements on the right. Like always pitch your drums a little bit to the left and right. So for example, when I have percussion in my tracks, for example, let's say the hi-hat, I will often have like 2 or 3 layers of hi-hat. And what I'll do is I will shift some maybe like 10% to the left and the others 10% to the right. Just so there's a bit of stereo happening with something, and that's just with one element. You need to give everything a little bit of space. Man, really nice track. Keep going, and yeah, go a bit easier on the pitch bend. Experiment with the stereo field. I think like your track had really good flow as well. Like the build up was strong, the drop was strong. Then you had a nice little sort of breakdown in the middle where there was sort of less elements going on. It was very sort of enjoyable to listen to. So really nice track. Good start to the stream. Let's keep going. We have another donation from Mr. Wilson Serrano. Thank you, Wilson. Let's check out Cyber City from Mr. Wilson Serrano.
Remember back in the day when personal was physical? These days, even relations are digital. Come out of your shell and let's move together. I promise you'll have a blast. Just come along and visit Cyber City. Cyber City.
Nice. Good, man.
Just come along and visit. Cyber City.
So Wilson, the high end of your track, so things like your hi-hats and your white noise, for my ears, they're lacking a little bit of crispiness. So what my ears are telling me is it sounds like your any of your high-end elements don't have any sort of inflection on their EQ. So to make your hi-hats cut through a little better in the mix, give them a small bump in EQ in the higher frequencies so they really get the tick, tick, tick to them. Because at the moment they sound a bit like tis, 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 but without the really clear tis, like the really high sound. Overall, the melody, let's say it's not one of your most memorable melodies that you've created, but it matches the overall motif of your track, right? You're calling it Cyber City. You already have this pretty cool artwork, so it's sort of a little bit dystopic and a little bit sort of futuristic. And I think that the sound design you have here and the elements in the track sort of suit this theme that you're trying to build with this track. So you're going a little bit experimental with this. Yes, there's your trance elements, but it's a totally different sort of step for you. So it's cool that you're stretching your possibilities and your skill set rather than sticking to trance. So it's cool that we're experimenting here. Let's keep going, see if there's anything else I can sort of recommend for you to improve. It's sounding pretty good overall. Yeah, I dig it, Wilson. It's cool. It's given that the track is called Cyber City and the artwork, it gives it its own mood. If this, for example, was called nighttime or something, and there was no art there, the track itself, for my ears, would sound a little confused. Like it's like I don't know what story it's trying to tell. I don't know what is trying to be the star of the track, but by naming it Cyber City and having this sort of this futuristic art there, it takes it brings it all together and it makes sense, if that makes sense to you. Yeah, I like it. It's cool because it's different from you, man. If I had to give you some pointers, maybe maybe just quickly let me know in the comments how long your melody is. I think your melody is maybe 4 bars long, or maybe even 8 bars long. I would maybe consider shortening up your melody so it's a little bit more memorable for the listener. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you, bro. I'm sorry, I don't have too much more. Yeah, but people in the chat are liking it. Let's continue. Thanks, Wilson, man. Good. I like that you're like expanding your horizons in terms of production sound. All right, here we go. Frankie Fingers, Boxing Day Master. Let's check this out. Yeah, 8 bars. So shorten it up, Wilson, and it might be a little bit more like earworm for the listeners. I think you know what earworm means, right? If you're on YouTube, I just asked a question. Do you have a website? Let me know, guys. Do you have a website to advertise yourself? All right, Frankie, this is a good contrast to the last track from Wilson. So Wilson had a super detailed, super long hook, right? A super long melody, right? That was repeated every 8 bars. You have a melody that's repeating like every 2 bars. Yeah, every 2 bars. So this is much more memorable for the listener. It's like, did you hear that new Frankie Fingers track? Yeah, how's it go? So it's good that it's memorable, right? What I feel like you have here is the basics to a track, and now it's time to evolve the sound. So the sound that you have for like your lead sounds very dry. So then what you need to do is throw some effects on it and things like that. But before you do that, I would duplicate the sound you already have and then mute the first one. So you always have that first sound, the sound that you have here. I would then try and change your sound totally with that new track you've just created and try and come up with some different sort of sound. So what I'm suggesting is work on your sound design a bit, because at the moment, the sounds I hear from your bass line, your drums, and even like the synths and stuff you have there, they sound like they're very out of the box. They sound like they're very sort of preset-y. Like you found a preset that worked for the bass line, you found a preset that worked for your lead, you found a preset that worked for your chords, and you're sort of stuck with it. So I recommend you've got a decent track here with a decent framework, some cool little cuts and things like that here near the second half of the track. Evolve your sound a little bit more, yeah? So work on your sound design. And that's my advice for you, my friend. All right, pushing on. Yash, let's check this out. You. Yeah, totally got the Alan Walker vibes here, guys. Totally agree with the chat. It's good. Yash, you are a producer here on this stream that I've heard many times, and your improvement is massive, like massive. You should be super proud of your sort of commitment and your energy that you're putting into your productions. Yeah, we definitely have the Walker vibes, but it's like almost a carbon copy, so you need to imprint your own sort of twist on the Alan Walker sound, right? So you have these super... So let's maybe your BPM is like 90 BPM. Maybe your thing, Yash, maybe your thing is using the sort of sound design of Alan Walker, but having everything at like maybe 115 or 120 BPM, you know? It's cool to sort of copy an artist and reproduce their sound, but it's sort of like, if you do that and try to become successful with that, you'll always be known as the guy that sounds like Alan Walker. Now that could be a good thing, right? That might be what you're intending to do. It's obviously what you're intending to do, but it's not going to get you past a certain level. You need to take this Alan Walker sound and like twist it somehow to make it your own. And then people will be like, oh, this sounds like Alan Walker. And then someone will be like, no, bro, this is Yash. Don't you know? You know? Nice, Yash. I like it. You got good melodies, good sound design, but yeah, it's an exact copy of Alan Walker. So come up with something of your own, yeah. All right, guys. A new YouTube poll, right? I'm asking you guys: do you think a website is an important marketing tool? Let me know if you think yes. Let me know if you think no. Also, Alan Ford, that's an awesome comment. You win for today. So yeah, do you think a website is an important marketing tool? And I mean for yourselves, like if you had a website, would you think it's important? And then let me know in the comments why you think a website is important. And if you think a website's not important, give me reasons why you think it's not important, okay? Some little homework for you guys as we continue with Teddy Dog. Let's check this out. Oh, it's a YouTube clip. I hope it's not something copyrighted. Loving this, man. Loving this. Super cool. This track, when it started off, I thought it was gonna be like this sort of this lo-fi sort of stuff, and it really broke down into a really nice sort of EDM drop. Gave me sort of Porter Robertson vibes. Really, really nice. Really nice mix too. It sounds really, really clean. Really, really nice. Very, very talented producer. Sorry. Oh, bless me. Man, really nice. Man, beautiful track. Really nice composition as well, from start to finish. The track was a surprise overall. Like, as I said, it sounded like it was going to be a lo-fi beat, and I was kind of sitting here thinking like, oh, like I don't want to really listen to like a lo-fi loop for like 3 minutes or whatever. And wow, boy, was I wrong. This was a really nice track, my friend. Really nice. Very nice. You should be proud. I can't really recommend anything to improve, really. It's really, really nice. So you've got me speechless. Really nice, man. All right, DJ Newfie, we listened to your track. You donated. Critison, let's check out your track, Friendly Fire version 2. Here we go. Okay, so Critison, so far, my friend, in terms of sound design, you've got like some really cool elements in here. Like the track itself sounds unique. There's plenty of unique sort of sounds coming through. What might need a little bit of attention is the melody that you have in there. The melody for my ears, and this is just my ears, it sounds a little bit too chaotic. Like it's doing a little bit too much. So it's not a bad thing because it's intentional, obviously, from your behalf, but melodically and timing wise, some positioning of the notes there doesn't make too much sense for my ears. Okay, this sort of sound, the la 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 la, it's too consistent throughout the track. So consider putting it on a sampler and pitching it up and down like on different notes on the MIDI keyboard. So like in terms of sound, there's a bit more variety. 'Cause at the moment, you just got like a drum track happening, and then you just got this sound that's just going blah 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 blah. You know, and then when we get to this point coming up, there's this nice melodic breakdown. So perhaps you can incorporate some of these melodic elements into this sort of very like a violent drop, let's say, and yeah, then you might be able to gel something together really special here. Yeah, man. The same comments as before. So give that sound a bit more variety, let's say, and then it's a bit more enjoyable for the listener because they're hearing a variety of different elements rather than the same elements slapping them in the face every single bar, every single beat. You know what I mean? But you have all the elements there. You just need to sit them together somehow nicely, and that's the art and the skill of music production. It's up to you to find out that special, I don't know, or the perfect mix. All right, let's check this out. This is from an artist. It's actually a friend of mine called Yannick. He lives close by here in Cologne. He's a really good hip hop artist. I'll bring his Spotify up on the screen for us. But he sent me a I don't know, like a loop for me to check out, and I'm gonna give him some feedback. Nice, man. I'm liking this. Knowing your sort of freestyling abilities, you can definitely get some real creative stuff over here. But I was trying to just whistle or mumble some rhythmic melodies for you. Maybe you can use some of them. Maybe that triggers something. But you have some very good lyrical flow, my friend. I'm sure you'll be fine. But yeah, super neat, super clean. Yannick, guys, go check him out on streaming platforms. A very, very talented guy. All right, we are on to Mad Boys. Let's check them out. Won't Let Go. Let's have a listen. Can you close your eyes? We will arise. Take a real deep. Find yourself asleep. Until we die, let's find the time to get high, get high. Until we die, let's find the time to get high, get high. Oh, I think the sub bass here right from the start's a little bit little bit loud in the mix, guys. Just pull it down a little bit or automate it up to come in as it builds in energy. See, now at this point in the build up, it's a bit more equalized because you have a bit more louder elements. So it sounds like you've automated in some elements. Make sure you're automating that sub bass. It's a little bit too loud at the start of the build up, but let's check it out. It sounds like here the vocal, you've either pitched it down or it's like in lower registry. I would consider even pitching it down one more octave, right? And then shift the formant so it sounds like a male vocal. What's an example? Like Tiesto does this a lot. Let's get down to business. That sort of stuff, I think, for this second verse. I think I was gonna say this in the first, when you bring in the vocal harmony, until we die, da, da, da. The first two notes sound incorrect. Until we die. Wait. I think if you start the vocal harmony until we die, it sounds better. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe just try having the vocal harmony start the until we die. Have the harmony come in on those words instead of the da 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 da. I don't know. It's just, this is me hearing it the first time. I'm trying to hear things that sound a bit weird or a bit wacky. And these are just like, I'm just trying to pick out really tiny things because you guys are really good producers. So I'm being very specific for you guys. You don't have to change it, but just to maybe experiment with it. And maybe it sounds better to you. Maybe it doesn't. This is the cool thing about music. Everything I say can be totally wrong. Everything I can say can be totally right. But it's like, music is subjective. It's always different. Everyone has different goals and are trying to appeal to different crowds. So keep doing your thing. I'm here to give you ideas to explore. Let's go with that. Nice work, guys. So sorry for the skipping. I was just checking if you'd done anything different in terms of sound design on the first and second drop. There's no variation there, which doesn't matter, right? So it's a demo, but I would chuck in something crazy. Like just go watch a bloody a Retrovision YouTube clip and just learn some crazy skills from him. Guys, this is sounding really good. Overall, the track if you give it some love on the master, like you can make it a little bit more commercially loud as well. But guys, this is sounding good. It's like this track is a little bit inspiring for me because it sounds like something else. Let me just go back to the drop. Dun, 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 dun. Take me away. What's it called? Vibrations. I'm gonna Google it. Maybe you use this as a reference track. I think it's called Vibrations by maybe it's in my I think it's in my Spotify playlist here. Take me away, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. This track. No. What is that? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's gonna annoy me. Take me away. Okay, I'm gonna search my hard drive. Give me a second. It's gonna annoy me, so I have to do it. I'm sorry for everyone watching. It's gonna be boring. Modern classics. It shouldn't take long. Okay. This. No, it's from Zonderling. Let me search Zonderling. Found it. Go, hang on. Oh. Just search Sensational Zonderling Extended Remix on Spotify. Have a listen. Yeah, you guys are using a similar key and similar chord progression to that track, and it's a sick track. But guys, really good sound. You're sounding good as always, yeah? So we should work on a track together, guys. I've been meaning to say that for a while. But yeah, let's get in touch. Alright, DJ EJ, my friend. Let's check out M291 and DJ Autorix Brothers, DJ EJ and Teddy Dog remix. Let's check it out. Quiet intro. What's up, Lautzia? Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't been doing these regularly. It's my second stream back in about 4 or 5 months, so. Nice, guys. nice tweak of the original, yeah. I think it's you've taken it far away. You've taken it far enough away from the original that it's unique, but you have all the elements in there for people to be like, ah, yeah, that song, yeah, and that's a good song, yeah, it's a good remix. You've done everything perfect. You've done like taken the original, you've made it your own. You've kept in some familiar elements from the original so that it's still recognizable, but you've totally shown your skills in your own original production. Really, really nice. Not too much to add other than this would be sick if you put your own vocal over the top, you know, totally switched it up. I know the original doesn't have like the original doesn't have a placeholder vocal at all, but you guys should throw something over the top, even if it's an a cappella from a pop song. Do something crazy, chop it up, and then you have a really cool sort of remix you can play at live shows. Really, really nice. All right, guys, we are pushing on to Denixton. Let's have a listen. Progressive in D minor. Oh, and we got a donation. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Luxia. I'll get to you next, yeah? This sub bass is, just be careful of your sub bass here, man. It's very loud and it sounds very uncontained. So throw an EQ on that, and you want to really contain that sub bass in the sort of lower frequencies. Don't have anything leaking into the mid to highs. Where's the bass line gone, bro? Yeah, not bad so far. Cool, cool melodies and stuff. Sound design is a little, I wouldn't say a little generic. It's some elements sound very basic, but other elements I can tell you've created yourself or you've taken a preset and tweaked it massively, which is good. Yeah, the thing that's annoying me a little is the bass line. It's the sub bass is a little too loud, and you need to add a mid bass because all your bass is just taking up sub bass frequencies. Make sure you duplicate your bass layer, pitch it up an octave, and change the bass from like a sine wave to something else, so that it's filling up, you know, more frequencies, but through two different tracks. Let's keep going. Let's have a listen. Yeah, not bad. The melody's good. You've got a memorable melody, which is a pretty important skill to have in music production. Just the bass line is the only thing that's annoying me slightly, but overall, good little track. I think you've got all the elements here, especially in this part of the track. You definitely have space to have some sort of vocal over the top. I feel like you've built a track, like the sort of production of the track, and you're going to add a vocal later. That's what I hope you're going to do, because otherwise all these sort of elements here are a little bit too long if it's just going to be an instrumental. So if you're searching for a vocalist, go into the Discord and ask someone. Just ping at vocalists and ask if anyone wants to sing on the track. Nice, man. Nice. All right, Luxia, let's check this out. Funkus. Yeah, okay, so you've looped it a bit. Man, for starters, it sounds like you've got a limiter on your master, so there's some elements that are sort of being like compressed to the roof. But overall, you've got like this pretty decent, like strong sort of bass house vibe going in the track, and it's I feel like if you sort of mix the bass line a little bit quieter, like you got really good bounce on the bass line. If you mix that bass line a little bit quieter, and actually instead of having this vocal sort of as like a crispy sort of thing in the background, if you actually made it an element that sat in the front of the track, it could be cool. And if the vocal isn't doing the thing that you want, you can even like record it yourself, chuck a bunch of effects on it, and then suddenly you have this like epic vocal, you know what I mean? But overall, like I'm digging the energy you got here. Yeah, I mean, it's a good I don't know. It's a cool sort of hook you've got going on. There's definitely like the elements that are in there for like a really good sort of like dance track, you know, like that. This sort of stuff. If I played this tonight, I'm at a drum and bass gig, but if I was to play this in like a packed club, it would go hard. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I think if you're kind of stuck on this, go collab with someone or flesh this out into a full track, give it a pretty sweet breakdown as well. And who knows where this could go, you know? This sort of sound is getting big now in Europe, so finish it off, man. Finish it off, send it in when it's finished, and we can all say like, oh, I remember when it was a 3-minute loop, you know what I mean? Man, thanks for the track, and thanks for the donation, and thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I'm trying to do a few more regular demo drops. I loved it in the past, but I just ran out of time because life got in the way. Now, if you're on YouTube, I just ask you guys a question. How much would you spend to have a company build you a website? Now, this would be like, yeah, a website. So it would include your logo, your photos, everything that you want on there. How much would you pay for that? You know, let me know. And let's continue with Kazillo. Let's check this out. Track is called Light. Loving the artwork already. Really nice, Kazillo. Really nice track. This track's a really good journey, really good sound design. Also, I love the really tight side chaining on the kick. It sounds really good, keeps the track really sharp, really tight. Nice, Kazillo. This track's really good, man. You should get this mastered and send it to a few labels, really. It's at the stage. It's got a really unique sound. It's got a bit of a Kashmir vibe. Yeah, decent. I can't really think of anything to recommend to improve. So I would get this mastered, send it to a few labels, and see what happens, my friend. All right, Alan Ford. Let's check out So Strange with Matt Dust, Rough AF mix. Let's check it out.
Every time I'll drop it in and choose you, I never ask whatever makes sure I'm not there for the good times. Barely ever see you lying. Oh, you do it somehow, skies up, 'cause I wanna buy into the shit that you tell them. I'm reacting wrong again. I'll get a shot away now, so mess with the
Okay, so we do have some pitch issues with the vocal, right? So the vocal's being sung a little bit like loosely, let's say. But the overall like idea is there, right? Now the track itself is very high energy, like, and the vocal as well is trying to match that. I think the vocal itself is being sung like a little bit off key, which makes it sound a bit sad and a bit incorrect, right? But it's easy to fix with a professional vocalist. You can fix this, or even a hobbyist vocalist as well, you know. Now in terms of the production, right, it sounds a little bit washed out. So it sounds like there's like an EQ on the whole track, and a whole bunch of the low end is sort of wiped out. And the sort of the high end also sounds like it's like been filtered out. It's sort of a strange mix to this track. So let's just keep going and see what we're dealing with, and I'll give some final feedback at the end as well. So see this bit. So what I'm hearing is you have like, it sounds like your hi-hats, like the is really loud, right? And then you have your kick and your bass line that are like sort of, they're heard, but they're not as loud as they should be, you know? So if you adjust the volumes of each of those things until it sounds like a more complete mix, then I think your track will sound like 10,000 times better, you know? It sounds a bit funny, right? But it's pretty easy to fix, you know? Yeah, I mean, overall the idea is there. The idea is strong. Now it's time to sort of polish it up and get it sounding a lot better. So, I mean, in doing that, you just need to keep making new music, make a new song after new song, and eventually you'll end up crafting your skills so crisp and so clear that you'll listen back on these tracks, you know, 6 months from today, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, like my skills there were so much less than what they are now. Yeah. So my advice, just keep pumping out new tracks, you know, keep going, and you never know what will happen. All right, Rohi Shacks, DTD, let's have a listen.
Not trying to be in there, not trying to be cool, just trying to be in this. Tell me how you do. Can you feel where the wind is? Can you feel it through all of the windows inside this room? 'Cause I wanna touch you, baby.
I've heard this vocal before. I heard it, I think, 2 times last week actually on this stream. Guys, can someone let me know in the comments, has this been like a remix contest recently, or maybe like a new Splice vocal came out and like everyone seems to download this specific vocal? Let me know in the comments if you know anything about this or why I've heard it so often.
I wanna feel you too. I wanna see the sunrise and your sins, just me and you. Light it up on the run. Let's make love tonight. Make it up, fall in love.
Ah, yeah. So this is Dust Till Dawn from Zayn and Sia, I think. Yeah. Okay, the drop comes out of nowhere. Really nice, man. Really good drop. I think so. DTD, obviously, Dust Till Dawn. It took me a while to work out which vocal it was, but what it sounds like and what I'm hoping, I'm gonna imagine the second half of this track without the vocal and having its own unique vocal on the top. This track would be very, very nice. I got a pretty good idea. I already have a copyright violation because of this vocal, but I'm going to skip through it a bit and just check out the second drop in the outro as well. Yeah. Nice. Really nice, man. I could hear the difference, and the difference was you had in the first drop you had the sort of the pan flute was like a little bit in the rear of the mix, and in this second drop you brought it right to the front, and it changes the whole dynamic of the second drop, like in a good way. Man, you should be really proud of this drop. Let's hear it out, yeah. Really nice, Roy Shacks, my friend. Really nice drop. I think I'm assuming that the vocal is just like a placeholder, but really nice, man. Really, really good drop. Sounds loud, sounds full, sounds very well mixed. A really good sound design. I think everything fits in. Everything sort of mixes together quite well. Speaking of mixing together quite well, Ryan, you read my mind, my friend. My beer is empty. I will be back in about 25 seconds. with a fresh beer. So don't you guys go anywhere, yeah? Yo, we back. Okay, thank you, Rohi Shacks. Let's check out the next track. So we have a track here from Shatru Chakraborty. Wow, hectic name. Let's check this out. It's called Rebels. By Aerotrix. Let's check this out. After this ad, just hit refresh, guys, if you want to get the ads away. Yeah. Okay, so already I'm hearing from your chords and from the main melody you have over the top, like this sort of flute sound, it's already like hitting some notes that are in the wrong key, right? So let's see how the track progresses. But overall, we're only like 26 seconds in, and I hear that some elements aren't sitting together too well, right? But it's very easy to fix these things, right? All you need to do is adjust some of the notes on the piano roll and it's fixed, yeah? So don't stress too much. Good little drop, high energy, good sound design, and everything was in key in the drop, right? Bit of a trap break. What's up, Mr. Manifestor? So nice track overall. I think the only thing that let this track down was the intro, but everything else was pretty nice. The overall track lacked a little bit in terms of like commercial loudness, and there was, like, I would say your leads, you should give a small shape in the EQ, like round out some of those high frequencies. It was a little bit harsh on the ears, but overall the track is like 98% ready for record labels, yeah? Alright guys, I'm fast running out of time, so I'm going to check out this track from Acrobas, The Fall, Shipwreck, so The Fall, The Chainsmokers and Shipwreck, Acrobas remix. Let's check this out. Hope you are well, my friend.
Turn up the sounds and let it fill your body. feel your body. You're gonna wish you left, but you'll never leave. You can put your arms around a memory. You're gonna wish you left, but you'll never leave. You're gonna wish you left, but you'll never leave. You can put your arms around a memory. You're gonna wish you left, but you'll never leave. It's the same love. I left the ground and I can feel my body lost in your dimension.
Really nice Acrobass. I think the drop overall is a little too bassy, like in terms of sub bass, but overall, man, everything else is like perfect, hitting perfect. Yeah.
Say you're wild, but it's not enough if I can feel your body. You're gonna wish you left, but you'll never leave. You can put your arms
So
around
tired, God.
You're gonna wish you left, but you'll never leave.
So yeah, again, I listened to that second drop a little bit like deeper in my ears, and yeah, so the bass line can be one of two things, right? Your bass notes are quite long, which means like it sounds really subby, but if you sort of shorten up those notes, so it's
We do the same drug.
so you have a good side chain on the notes, but there's sort of like notes that are taking up the full beat, right? So you could consider making those notes a little thinner, and then it won't be so bassy. Or you need to sort of contain that bass line a little bit more with an EQ, and then introduce a mid bass as well. So then you have a sub bass and a mid bass working together to sort of produce your bass sound. Man, it's good to hear from you again, man. I thought you were gone forever, but yeah, good to have you back. You're making good music again, and man, I haven't forgotten about our collab, guys. Acrobass and I were building this really nice little collab, and basically I was trying to get to a vocal booth to record some vocals, and then COVID hit, and I haven't had a chance to re-record those vocals, but yeah, man, let me know how you are, man. Send me a DM and let's catch up. Yeah, let's talk about that track, because I was enjoying that track. All right, speaking of right, let's check out Black Phoenix Right. Here we go. And guys, I'm sadly gonna have to cut the stream short. I know there's a few of you still waiting, but I'm gonna have to stop in the next 5 minutes, yeah? So I'm sorry about that. Really nice. That drop came out of nowhere. Super aggressive, super nice. Really dig that. The sound is good. Mr. Manifestor, yes and no. Like, I can't commit to these regularly anymore, but I'm trying to do them more often. Instead of having, like, I usually work Wednesday mornings and finish at 5, and for me to get back and stream from 7 till 9 is a bit tiring for me because I work 6 days a week. But I'm trying to just push through and do it for you guys because yeah, I miss you guys. You know, this sort of stuff was fun once upon a time. I'm trying to do it a lot more regularly. So let's continue. Black Phoenix, right? This is sounding really good, my friend. Just there, introducing that sort of drum loop was not the best. It's like that drum loop is really like groovy and like housey, but like you've got an aggressive track going. So it's sort of, in my opinion and my ears, it's kind of killed the groove there, killed the vibe a bit. Mate, killer track, really. Sounding really good. There's you've got the right balance of aggression and melodic elements in there. That it's strong, aggressive, and sounding really good. Man, I was just searching to see if I could download this. But yeah, really nice track, man. This is, wow, it's feeling good. All right, guys. Look, Okay, no more demos after these 3. Yeah, I'll quickly smash out these 3 and then I have to go. Yeah, so we have Lauxia, we have Rogue, and we have Bismucky to bring up the last 3. Yeah, so stick around. I'll draw the artist of the week and then I'm out of here. I'm about to go to like a drum and bass event and I'm actually like super excited to go. So yeah, let's check these out. Funk You. Okay. Nice, man. Give some more width to those brass stabs. The blom, 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 blom. Get them wider in the mix. They come through a bit better. Thank you, mate. Killer track, man. I'll write to you, yeah? Ooh, slowing it down. Man, nice. This track's good. The one thing I would recommend experimenting with is this, right? The sound that's going. It's very consistent, like from the start here all the way to the end here, right? Just do some crazy thing with it. Distort those keys a bit, those chords. You know, filters, effects, something. You know, to give it a bit less like consistency. It's like the same loop happening, you know, for like a minute. So if you just have like some sort of filter that just sweeps down and up and then back into the normal rhythm, just gives the track a bit more three-dimensionality. Sort of very consistent for what, let's see, from 30 seconds to a minute 20, so like 50 seconds. That track is sort of very the same, yeah. So, but man, I love the sort of the shift in dynamic, shift in BPM. Very, very nice. It was very seamless. It didn't sound weird or anything for it to change. It felt like it sort of fit in the track. Really, really nice work, yeah. All right, Rogue, let's check this out. My Lovin' unreleased version. Here we go. Yeah, it's super funky because it's like a a jacked house drum beat.
Nobody gonna take it over you, got my soul. Nobody gonna tell me different. You got my heart, you got my loving, baby, my loving, baby. You got my heart. Nobody gonna take it over you, got my soul. Nobody gonna tell me different. You got my heart, you got my loving, baby, my loving, baby.
Cool vocal, man. I love this hook here. It's dum 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 dum. I feel like you should switch up the instrumentation when the vocal comes in, and it should be a sort of less aggressive. So like you would pull back on the depends what sort of plugin you're using, but the modulation knob, pull it back so it's a little bit more dry and not so affected, because this loop, this down 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 down, sounds like there's some, you know, overdrive or something happening towards the end of the bar. If you strip that back while the vocal's happening, I think it gel together a bit better. And then as the vocal sort of trails out and you get into the build up, then you bring back in, you automate back in that aggression, you know what I mean? Nice. Nice track, man. I dig the groove, I dig the aggression, and I dig the vocal. So like I've said this about a few tracks tonight. Overall, the track is like a little bit quiet in terms of like its loudness. So you'd have to throw a few things on your master, get a few bit of saturation, a few sort of compressors, but don't compress too hard. And yeah, just get it a little bit more commercially loud. Yeah. The track, all the elements are there, but it sounds a bit thin. So just glue it together, give it some compression, and yeah, it'll be sounding really, really nice. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not finished. I know that's the purpose of these demo drops, is to send in stuff that's unfinished, have an open mind, be willing to read other people's comments and accept it, listen to my feedback and try it out if you want to, you know. You don't have to if you don't want to either. I'm working for some like decent sized record labels, and I know what we want to hear. So all the advice I'm giving you guys is sort of getting you guys a few steps closer to getting your record signed. Yeah. So that's the whole purpose of my demo drops, really. All right. Bismarcky. This is the last track of the stream, guys. So after this track, I'm going to draw the artist of the week, and then I'm out of here, okay? You got me, Bismarcky.
You wanna hide away sometimes. I know you heard from everyone telling you lies. I bet you just wanna lose your mind. You just wanna lose your mind. So just lay down beside me. Give me all your issues. I'll take them and I'll make them mine. Don't get caught up in your feelings. Just feel them. It's okay if you wanna cry. Let it out, just feel it. Let it out, cry it all out to me. When you're down, when your heart stops beating, you got me, you always got me. Down beside me, give me all your issues. I'll take them and I'll make them mine. Don't get caught up in your feelings, just feel them. It's okay if you wanna cry. Let it out, just feel it. Let it out, cry it all out to me. When you're down, when your heart stops beating, you got me, you always got me.
Man, I just listened to this whole track and just realized it's already released. So, yeah, the disappointing thing about that is now I definitely have a copyright strike, and because it's a demo drop, I'm not going to give you any feedback because the track's already released. What's the feedback going to do? Just guys, be sure to send in demos. Yeah, it's a demo drop. Cool song, but I'm not going to give you any feedback. All right, guys and girls, so we are done for the day. We had 20 tracks in total, so I'm going to quickly draw the artist of the week. Here we go. Hey Siri, can you please draw a random number between 1 and 20, please?
A random number between 1 and 20 is 13.
13. Boom. Pretty easy and pretty well deserved. Kazillo, you are our artist of the week, so I will give you a shout out on my socials. That's it, guys and girls. Enjoy your week. I will announce on the Discord when I'm streaming next. Also on my Insta story, yeah? So keep an eye on those. Otherwise, stay safe, stay healthy, keep making music, and yeah, support each other. Let's go. See you next time, yeah? Ciao, ciao.